Whoa! Hello everyone, welcome in, welcome in. This is Fiercestbard. Hello. We're doing arting. We're arting on this very tiresome day for me. Last night was really exciting for me and I didn't get a whole lot of sleep. So I'm a little bit like I'm a little worse for wear, but it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. You know why we're gonna do this? Because we need to. We need to do this. But yeah, hope you are all having a great day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And yeah, let's get to it. It's Thursday, Thirsty Thursday. It is the day. It is the day before um the weekend and stuff, right? And usually over here we enjoy our Thursdays, because for me, I don't know how it is for you guys, but for me, Thursdays always feel a little bit different, I guess, right? Because it's not the weekend. It's not quite the weekend yet, but you're so close to it. Like you feel it. Like the next day you go to work or school or whatever, right? And you're like, oh man, this is one day before the weekend kicks in and stuff like that. So it always feels like extra. I don't know how to explain it. Like I always feel really like happy coming into Thursday, because I know that, even though Friday is the day that you're like, yes, the weekend starts, right? Thursday is kind of like the primer for that for me. I don't know why. It's like okay, the weekend is gonna start pretty soon, and like I can be confident in that happening like the day before and stuff like that. So it's like it's weird. It's weird. I have a really weird um relationship to Thursdays and stuff like that. It's always been like that too. Like growing up, I know that some of my favorite shows actually would be on Thursday nights and stuff like that, right? So like yes, I am a nerdy cappy. I am a nerdy cappy, so I would watch like Star Trek Voyager when it would come on Thursdays growing up and stuff like that, things like that, right? Like it was just like, I don't know, Thursdays was always like pretty cool. But this Thursday has been a really good one for me, especially if you're a fan of the Cappy Town Mango Sentinels. Yeah, this Thursday has been amazing. If you're a fan of the Mango Sentinels, for sure. I've made it no secret to everybody how much I enjoy the game of toss ball, and there's no disappointment today. We'll see if that lasts. But until the end of the series, I am currently very happy. I'm currently very happy on the ongoings of the NBA right now. But you know what else that I need to be happy about is me doing all of this, because I'm just kind of trying to figure out what the heck is going on with this. All of this is so weird to me, that this setup here for her gun. It's strange. It's very strange. I gotta figure out like how to draw this. Now, I'm not very good at drawing like mechanical stuff. And Goofy, what's up? Hello, Goofy. Draw my profile pic. What's your profile pic, Goofy? Is it Goofy from Disney? Unfortunately, I gotta work on this right now. I gotta focus on this. Um, so I am not currently taking requests, but even if I'm not taking requests, how are you doing? Hopefully good. Hopefully. Let's see. How is this going? I can't see what's on the other side of this, of all of this, but I'm just gonna assume certain things are happening here in terms of the way that this is supposed to look. Yeah, I'm making a lot of assumptions, like with the way this looks. I know this is supposed to be a monitor of some sort right here, like a, I guess ammo status type of deal right there, and then I guess it ends off somewhere over here. Somewhere over here, I think, right? And then it leads to the rest of whatever all this is. Close enough. It's really small though. The way that I drew it is like really small here. Again, I'm not really like the most adept at doing mechanical design and guns and cars and whatnot and stuff like that. I am very impressed with anybody that is able to do that kind of art, you know, like I can't do it. So I'll just be mesmerized by the people who can do it. Let's see, it goes like something like this. So this is a little bit thinner on this side, and then we get the, I don't know what you would call those, like the wings. And then this side is like this. Something like this? And then I gotta erase some stuff over here, probably. But yeah, I didn't get too much sleep last night. I was just that excited after game 1 of the NBA Finals last night. So I'm a little bit like, I'm a little bit I went through the day kind of like a zombie, but I did make it through work just fine. So I was very fortunate in that regard. But right now it's like I can feel myself like starting to be like, oh man, I need a nap, or I'm gonna doze off or something. Though at the same time, you know, like it's okay if that happens. You guys will just wake me up, right? You guys will just call Mukibara and just wake me the heck up, right? He'll come by and Onegai muscle me awake. Let's see. I guess it would be somewhere over. Whoops, I was not on the. Was not on the right thing. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna assume it's somewhere over here. That's the cutoff. Yeah, I'm trying to do measurements right now with like I'm eyeballing measurements for certain things so that I know where to like align certain parts of this gun. And this is mostly what we're going to be doing today, by the way. Just kind of trying to put together this this gun as much as we can. Oops, I'm making it too long right there. I'm pretty sure I'm making it too long right there. Nope. I probably should try to use take advantage of the perspective ruler on Clip Studio to do this, right? But I'm being I'm sort of being a little bit stubborn about not using it because I feel like I can eyeball it. I feel like I can eyeball it just fine. At least I feel that way. Whether or not that's actually true is another story, right? And then there's these like lines that come out this way. Something like that. Okay. Alright, that looks about right. Okay, and then this side over here has some kind of like, I guess it's either like a reloading, like an ammo chamber or something like that, or some kind of brace that holds the top of the gun through the rest of it. Oh man, and then there's a lot of different compartments that are on this part underneath it and stuff like that. So I gotta account for all that now. So let's do that. Let's not try to. Okay. So underneath here is nothing. Like underneath that line is nothing, so I can just kind of get rid of it, I think, right? I'm gonna leave that as my marker, and then put this line over here to just kind of show this part that sticks out over here. Oh man, this is gonna be like, this is a test. This whole thing right now that I'm doing, this is like a huge test of whether or not I can actually figure this out. And I'm kind of eyeballing everything here, so I don't even know if I got the measurements right. It's kind of insane how I'm trying to do this. I really should have just sketched out a whole lot more of this this gun so that I can position things a little bit better than what I'm doing right now. Like right now, I would never suggest anybody do it this way because it's just like, it's so much guesswork. Just trying to eyeball out everything instead of just like having actual measurements for everything. Oh, and it's actually much thinner as an object than what I'm doing here. I have it up like way too wide, basically. Okay. And then inside of there is like this sort of shape, right? So okay, let me start erasing stuff because I'm starting to confuse myself. Oops. Maybe something like that. You have another stream set for today? Do I have another stream set for today? I only I don't tend to have multiple streams for per day. I only do the one because, you know, again, I don't really have the time to do multiple streams. I wish I did though. And I think like one of the things that I was trying to do was set up a longer stream time for the weekends, right? Using a different streaming platform for artists and stuff like that, right? But I've still yet to be able to get my activation code for them. It looks like they just don't really want me on their platform, I guess, right? Which is okay, you know, like I guess not everybody gets to draw on Picarto, you know, not everybody gets to just gets to go on the site and make all the pretty pictures and things like that, you know? I wish I could, but you know, they don't seem to want me on there. Like but yeah, like I will only be streaming you know, um at this time, Tuesdays to Thursdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern time, US, because of the fact that, like, again, you know, like I can't really dedicate that amount of time to streaming, which is unfortunate, right? Like, because I feel like I could. There's a lot that I could do if I could, but yeah, reality is unfortunate though. Like, reality is that I've got to go to work every day and stuff like that. If I could stream longer, I would. I really would. So that I could do more of the arting. But it's okay, you know, we get what we can done with the time that we have, you know, like that's why I was emphasizing in the last stream as a tip for a lot of artists to basically make use of the time that you have in smart ways. You know, don't if you need to find time for yourself to draw, the unfortunate part is trying to find that time is really hard. So what you do is you try to block out that time. You know, you make it a goal to block out that time for yourself, and you know, you stick to your schedule, and you don't make too many excuses for missing it and stuff like that, and you just do it, right? It's like, and then, you know, like eventually you'll get used to it, because you know, we have so much stuff in our lives that can get in the way of us arting, right? Like, everybody has like a gazillion things that they need to do, right? Like in terms of life, that, you know, like arting is very hard to justify, you know. um so, you know, like you make it a point to make that time so that you can do that stuff, right? Like, so even me with my stream, you know, my stream started out as mostly a way for me to be like, tell my friends like, hey, look, I can do the arting, you know, like I can find the time to do the arting, and so can you, right? Like, that's kind of what it started out as, but I found that over time it's become more of me like enabling myself to have the time to art, you know. For a lot of people, you know, they don't really get that opportunity to do the arting and stuff like that. So, you know, like, if you can, you block out that time. You find some way to give yourself that excuse to actually do the arting, and if it works out, you know, like you'll be happier for it, I think. Like right now, me, I like this is the time that I have to draw stuff. So if I don't take advantage of that time, I'm gonna be sad later. I'm gonna be very sad later if I don't take advantage of the time to do it. Okay, let's see. Oh, whoops. Whoa. Why did it just like... Oh, let's see. So we got that part down. There's so much detail in this thing. And I really like, you know, I really like mech design and stuff like that. Like, I like watching Mobile Suit Gundam. I do like myself Transformers quite a bit. So you would think that, you know, like, Bard, why don't you draw more robots and stuff like that? This is why. This is why. Like, as long as it does to take me to draw, emotional damage! And get emotional damage from a raid! Are they in disguise? Yes, they are in disguise. They are robots in disguise. But hello, Mooney. How you doing? Yeah, for anybody who's here that does not know Mooney somehow, Mooney is my partner in crime. We do art together in Cappy Buds. She also plays a lot of JRPGs and stuff. And if you haven't followed her on her Twitch stream or YouTube actually now, you should go follow. Make lots of follows. But yeah, we're trying to draw guns. That's something that I've never been good at doing. And I think I'm making it really rigid, but I feel like also, as long as I get the general ideas of the gun down, not many people will notice that it's not exactly the most accurate. I mean, like, at the same time though, like, I mean, look at this. This is like a geometry project. It's like geometry homework. I drew that the wrong way. It's not supposed to be like that, but sure. Sure, let's accept it the way it is. Again, I'm not looking for slavish accuracy here, right? Like, I am looking to draw this at least convincingly like it's supposed to be a gun. That's the idea here right now. But yeah, hopefully Mooney, you had a good time. You had a good time with the trails in the sky, or is... I forget what the name of the game actually is. I know that it's something like that, right? Trails in the Sky or something like that. The battle music in that game always gets to me because it's so like, I feel like I'm like in a Starbucks or something. Every time I hear it come on, I'm just like, oh man, I feel like getting a coffee and just kind of like chilling out inside of a coffee shop. Hello, Capybara Man. Hello to you, Zytaro Man. How are you doing? Hopefully you're having a great day. I am having an amazing day. It's just that, like, I'm very low energy right now because, and Mooney knows why, but I couldn't sleep last night. it took me a while to actually fall asleep, and then I got up super early in the morning because my brain was like still really excited. I'm good, man. Thank you for asking. No problem. We reached the final chapter in Trail in the Sky. I'm a little shocked, but also like, oh my god, we're almost. Oh, I'm actually surprised you're almost there. Holy crap! I thought the game was way longer than that. Not that the game was short by any means, right? Like, I feel like, like especially that intro chapter was so freaking long, right? But damn, like, okay, you're suddenly making it. Okay, okay. Progress in JRPGs is always good. Always good. Been playing 4 hours each stream at least. Oh wow. So you know what it is for me? It's that when I hear the music in the game, no joke, I kind of forget like where you are, right? Like the battle music and the map music and stuff like that. I keep thinking it's like the same place. Like I literally am eternally thinking that you're still in the same place every time I hear that music. I think that's what it is. Okay, so the problem with this part, this whole string of stuff that I drew over here, is that it might be too small, the way that I drew it, because it's not lining up with the way that the gun actually looks, right? So, what are we gonna do about that? We're gonna do this. And luckily, we are working with vector lines here, so we can do this. If I wasn't if I wasn't using vector lines, I would not try this at all. Because with vector lines, the lines keep their resolution, they keep their integrity basically. But if you try to do this without vector lines, you're asking for a whole lot of trouble, because then you start to get the fuzziness and all that other stuff that you don't want. And it did break some of it over here, like this part over here, and some of this stuff over here, but it's fine. I'm okay with it being messy a little bit, because that kind of helps me, because I don't want it to be too clean, right? Like, I want some of it to be a little bit like out of place and a little bit more dirty in a lot of ways, so it's a complex weapon there you're doing. Yeah. So Neon has like a rocket launcher of some sort, right? It's like a very high-tech one, and this is just the top of it. Like, I haven't even started drawing the bottom part of it. We're probably going to be focused in a whole lot on her weapon today, like just to kind of complete the rest of this. So this is gonna be like, yeah. It's like when I zoom out, like when you're zoomed in, it's like, oh, that's a lot of stuff, right? And it's like, it looks pretty complex. This is actually a small part of the whole, as you can see, when I zoom out. It's just kind of crazy. But yeah, I was last night I was watching the Cappytown Mango Sentinels play against the South Anderson Silver Shoes, right? And this is the NBA Finals, and yeah, like the Mango Sentinels actually won the first game. I'm really happy. I'm really happy. three more to go though. Like, we're not done. We're not done yet. It's too early to celebrate. There's still 3 more games to go. I'm hoping for the best. Anybody who's been a Mango Sentinels fan will know that this has taken years. Like, this has taken like literally years to do and stuff like that. And I oh man, like when I was a young Cappy in Cappy Town, it's been so long since we made it this far and stuff like that. And throughout all the years, all the dumb stuff that would happen to the team, and all the disappointments and stuff like that that would happen, it's kind of like I'm pretty sure everybody's like ridiculously um they are thirsty for this win. They are super thirsty for this win. Like, we need it right now. We really need it right now. So it's like, but we'll see what happens, like with anything in life, like including sports, there's no guarantees. So we'll see. 3 more games to go, and hopefully things will go good. Hopefully things will go good. Okay. In the meantime, I've tried to fill in the gun with BS lines and things like that. And actually, I think I got this detail wrong. I reversed it. I definitely reversed it just now. This panel over here should be over in the middle here, and then this panel should be at one over. I actually screwed up a little bit. Kron Arts, what's up? How you doing? I don't like to watch sports in general, but the World Soccer Cup is a moment. Yeah, I know that the football is pretty big right now. It's happening at the same time as the NBA Finals and stuff like that. So there's a lot of there's like a lot of fans that are cross watching, I guess you would say, right? Like, they're watching both at the same time, and some fans are trying to give good luck to other fans of other teams in similar situations and stuff like that. It's kind of weird. Like, what's the big one right now for everybody that's watching football? Like, I think one of the teams is Arsenal. I'm sorry, I'm not as familiar with the Premier League and all that other stuff, right? So that's a big one for people who are watching soccer right now, right? Which line am I getting rid of? Oh, okay. I'm leaving that line. I literally have to sit here and like stare at this and make sure I'm not getting rid of the wrong lines. And our country aren't too good in this last year's, unfortunately. I'm not too familiar too. Oh, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Like, I think what's interesting about sports is like the way that it brings a lot of people together, like, to be invested in something all at the same time. But also, the danger of sports is the way it brings a lot of people together to be all invested in the same thing at the same time, like, right? Because a lot of people treat a whole lot of things like sports that shouldn't be treated like sports, like politics and things like that, especially in Freedom Land, right? Like, a lot of people treat politics in Freedom Land as if it was a sporting event, and the only thing that matters is winning for your side, and not necessarily the important issues and things like that, right? So, like, there are good sides and bad sides to it and stuff, right? So, but it's okay, like, in general, I think I enjoy only the one sport, and that is the basketball. And it's because I grew up as a young Cappy, not just watching it, but also playing it a little bit. I sucked really bad, as you guys can see. I don't necessarily have the physical attributes to play a sports a sports ball thing, right? But I was a huge fan of Slam Dunk the manga. So I had to give it a go. And I tried to my best in the sports ball. I didn't do too well, but I had a lot of fun. Overall, I had a lot of fun. and that's what it's all about, or at least that's what they try to tell us. I was hoping good matches for Brazil, but I don't know. I'm not confident about this cup. And I think you guys play only once in every I don't. It's not a yearly event, right? Because I feel like it's like once every couple of years and stuff like that, right? Because I don't really hear too much about World Cup stuff. Actually, I did have been hearing a lot more about it because like Cappy Town and other places actually are hosting this year and stuff like that. So I've been hearing a whole lot more about it as of late. But that's the only reason we ever hear about it. Is whenever it's like, I think this is one of the few times that we've actually hosted um the football on this side of things. The unfortunate part is that we're hosting at a time of a lot of political turmoil and things like that, right? So wish that the circumstances could be better, but it's all good. It's all good. Let me just go to free transform. And again, I'm only doing this with transforming the lines and all this other stuff because I'm using vector lines for everything like that. Normally, I would not suggest anybody do a whole lot of what I'm doing because you can really distort your lines and lose a lot of resolution doing things like this. But if you're using vector lines, then you're okay. Then you're okay. Forward 4 years? Yeah, yeah. I figured it was something like that, right? Okay, I gotta move this again. Whoops. Oh, you know what? It's because it's more over here on this side, like this. So, yeah, and when you do stuff like this, you as you can see, you leave a lot of stuff that you need to clean up in terms of the line art and things like that, right? But I think it's for me it's okay because again, I'm using vector lines for a lot of this stuff. So even though I have to erase a lot, it's kind of like it's a little bit easier for me, given that I'm using the type of thing that I'm using to draw this, right? So there's that part, and then it has like a long portion here that connects it to the rest of the gun. This is so. And this is the part of all this that I'm just kind of like about, because again, I'm not very good at doing mechanical designs or mechanical art and stuff like that, right? So it's like, as long as it takes me to do line art, and like I'm just kind of like, man, this takes me so long to do, and I'm like, oh, I wish I could do this faster, right? When it comes to like drawing machines and things like that, right, this is even longer a process than even me doing line art regularly for like a character body and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of like, I'm always kind of like really impressed with people who can stick it out and do it. Basically, it's like, oh man, I'm jealous of the fact that you have that much patience. Like, I have patience, but you You have an extraordinary amount of patience if you're doing this. Okay, that's like that. Yeah, I'm just putting in some placeholders for certain things. And then the crazy part is like what I've been on for like an almost an hour now already. The time has just kind of flown as I've been trying to do this, and like when I started, I was just kind of like, okay, how much of this am I gonna get done today? Apparently, not much of it. Okay, so that holds it into the rest of the gun. Like that, something like that. The back panel there, I just completely made up. I don't know if it actually exists looking the way that it does. So there's so much of this that I'm just kind of coming up by pulling it out of my ass that I don't even really understand any of what's going on with a whole lot of this. So I'm just kind of like, sometimes you just gotta wing it. Like, I could sit here and try to do it one for one, like imagining of how this all is supposed to look, but I almost feel like it might not even be really worth it because the focus of this image is not going to be on this gun, right? So eventually when I go to color this and everything like that, right? Neon herself is going to be fully colored and done up and stuff like that, right? But a lot of the stuff that's further away from, say, her face, for example, is gonna be more blurred out, more and less focused on. And I positioned a lot of things like her face is in the upper third of the image because that's kind of a focal point on the sheet of paper, so I wanted it there so that people can actually like focus on that. But then everything else that's outside of that it does not have to have the detail that her face has. So I'm just hoping that's gonna work the way that I think it's supposed to work. I could be full of it and like it's like, oh, you know what, that didn't work the way that I thought at all. When do we start to do things like that? Like what? We like the time just run? What do you mean, when do we start to do things like that? What? Oh, when we do things like, yeah, like the things that you enjoy, right? The time just kind of runs out, right? That is definitely the thing, like it's like, that's why I was saying, like, when you're doing arting and stuff like that, like when you do arts and stuff like that, you have to make the most of the time that you actually have while you're arting and stuff like that, right? So there's a reason I say that, and it's because of that. Like you just don't know like how much time you actually have, because when you finally sit down to start working on something, then suddenly all your time is gone, like somehow. Yeah. And that's why I suggest, when you block out time for doing arts and stuff like that, like make a concerted effort to actually use that time to do the arts, because you sit down, you start drawing a little bit, and then suddenly it's dinner time or something else, and like that stuff will drain your time, and then suddenly you'll feel like you sat down for like an hour or two to do the art thing. You wanted to accomplish a lot of things in that time, but then you feel like you accomplished not too much, and then you start to feel bad about it. Because like for me, I know that myself, like there's so many times when I've told chat that I was gonna be like, okay, this is the weekend, I'm gonna do this is the weekend I'm gonna do that, and then I freaking don't do it and stuff like that, because and stuff like that happens, like life gets in the way, right? Stuff like that happens, which is why it's more important for if you're gonna block out the time, then to actually use the time that you blocked out. But yeah, that is the advice from this rodent of extraordinary size. You don't have to take it. Because things work differently for everyone, like I'm not gonna say that what works for me definitely works for everyone else, right? Okay, let's see. Ah, this gun. And again, I'm sorry that I'm being a little bit more quiet today. My energy is pretty low right now. I think I need another cup of coffee or something. I probably should get a good night's rest tonight instead of being hyped up all night. But I gotta see, because it's like it's tough. Like I definitely try to get sleep when I can, but man, like, last night was just a little bit too exciting for me and everyone else in Cappy Town and stuff like that. Did you want to tell people why you didn't yell in excitement? Oh yeah, that's right. So a lot of times when I'm watching the sports, right? I am very um I'm very loud. But I've learned over the years that like I don't want to startle Mooney by accident, but because I'll be really quiet because I'll be super anxious while watching, and I won't say anything for like half an hour because I'm like that's just how focused I am, as if my focus can help my team do better or something like that, right? So I'll be sitting there super quietly, and then something good happens, and I'll be like, ah! like all of a sudden, and I'll yell suddenly, and then it'll startle the heck out of Mooney, and she does not like it when I do that. So I try not to. Because like I don't want to scare the crap out of her. So yeah, I try not to. I definitely try not to do things like that. But with varying levels of success, I will say. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to make sure that some of this looks okay. I don't think I got the... Yeah, that doesn't look... That looks kind of weird. Because this part kind of wraps around the barrel that's going out that way, but it's not quite... It's not quite, like, straight. Like, you know, it kind of goes down here and then it wraps around and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get it to look that way, at least a little bit. Do you want to talk about the time I was having a convo with someone and you were like, "Gosh, the game is on," and Mooney is and Mooney is distracted? Oh, wait, the convo with somebody and you're like, oh, I kind of don't remember all the details about that time, actually. It's like, it was... Because I know, like, I try to stay very quiet when you're having, like, like conversations and stuff, right? When you get trapped in your room and stuff and you're having important conversations, I try to be very quiet. I do. Oh, was it? Oh, shoot. Oh, that was when that was during dinner. Yeah. That was actually during dinner and stuff like that. We were in a hotel and the game was actually on. And like, for some of you, you might know this, like, if you know what's going on with basketball and sports in general, especially in the United States, right? But basically, they've made it impossible to watch certain sports, like, without having like five or six different subscriptions to different networks and stuff like that, right? I don't know why they decided. Well, okay, I know why they decided to do that, right? Like, it's quite obvious why they decided to do that. But you know, it's really annoying for people who just want to see the game and stuff like that, right? Like, I don't mind subscribing to a network to watch something, but like, at least make it just one so that I don't have to have like 50 subscriptions, right? And like, so the game just happened to be on, and Mooney was noticed like some people that she met when we were traveling in Toronto and stuff like that, right? And so she started having her conversation with those people and stuff like that. And then I was completely like, I'm gonna sneak myself away from the conversation and just focus on watching this game. And I had to be very quiet because I didn't want to be way too excited, because if I end up becoming way too excited, because it's a public place, it was like a restaurant inside of a hotel. So if I get a little bit too excited, right, then I don't want us to get kicked out. And then everybody's gonna look at this capybara like, oh my gosh, that's what happens when you let Cappy Town people here. they get too rowdy. Yeah, so I was very quietly watching this game while Mooney was talking to people, and then like from time to time, I think from time to time you were like you were like checking in on me to see if I was okay, and I would just be like can't respond, concentrating. That is the life of being a sports fan, though. Like you just gotta be very very excited. Like all the comedy shows and things like that, where they show the people who go to important events and stuff like that, and then they're secretly sneaking in a listen or a watch on a sporting event that they're very excited about. It is it's true. All those things are true. People do that. But again, like I think that's like it's crazy to me, even to me, right? Like how sports stuff brings a lot of people together because of something that they really enjoy together as a group. But at the same time, like I kind of wish that it stayed like only sports and stuff like that, and it didn't permeate into every other activity in everybody's lives and stuff like that. So like just like with anything, enjoy in moderation. Don't go insane with this stuff. Okay. Something like that's there. Luckily, this big piece of the gun over here is not as detailed as the top part over there. It's just mostly this really big, long, yeah, it's just, oh, okay, you know what? I thought this was gonna take me a heck of a long time to do, but actually, we're almost there. Okay, great. Whoops, that was the wrong tool. And this is strangely enough, the only part of this that I actually took the time to sketch out a little bit. And then I just kind of gave up on sketching the rest of it because I was like, if I'm gonna sketch this part out, I might as well just do it when I'm doing the line art because I'm basically adding all the detail. I'm spending so much time doing this that like if I just added it as part of the line art, it's gonna cut down on the amount of time that I'm spending on this, right? At least that was the logic that I was deploying at the time. And I'm just leaving a lot of the little errors and the little scratchy stuff, like where the lines don't line up all the way, because I just don't want the line art to be a little bit too clean, because then like like it starts to stick out a lot when the line art is way too clean like that. So I'm trying to, like, even now it still looks a little bit like that, like there's something off because some of this is like much more clean than the rest and stuff like that. So it's like you kind of find yourself in a situation where you're fighting with that in terms of your line art and how it should look. So I'm hoping when colors are added and stuff like that, I could modify a lot of it so that it just gets to the way that I was preferring it. At least I'm hoping. We'll see what happens, realistically speaking. Okay. Ah, the detail on this thing is just like, okay, I'm guessing this is how it looks. So, and then there. Okay, that, and then there's like, ah. Those are probably a whole lot thicker than they actually are on it, but I'm just kind of like, as long as it's there. As long as it's there, it's okay. I can change it later. We're almost there. We're almost there. Okay, don't know why that's in there like that, but it's fine. And then the bottom part has a couple of notches there. Gonna guess it's the same thing on both sides. And then it's got like these two squarish looking things over here, which I will try to succeed in adding, but we shall see. And then it's like when you try to draw like mechanical things using these lines like this and stuff like that, it's so easy to get confused as to which ones you need to keep and which ones you don't need. Because I will actively forget, like, oh shoot, which ones am I using here? Which ones am I not? And I've already done that. Holy crap! I just like forgot. Okay. Luckily, I don't have to draw the entire gun. This is just like a very small portion of the gun because it is a rocket launcher, but it's huge. Like there's like so much more to it than just this part of it. This might be like the front middle section of it, and then there's like a huge back portion over here, which I don't really necessarily need to detail out all that much. I'm gonna try to add like a piece of it back here, but it's not really gonna show a whole lot of it here. Because it's just like a vague shape over here, and it could just be silhouetted into the background so that you don't really need to see like all of the rest of it. All according to Keikaku. Okay, I think... Yeah, okay. And then, we go back up this way over here. And I noticed something that I have to change about the hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that too. And it has to do with the angle of the hand itself, right? Like, I drew her fingers fanned out to make the peace sign a little bit too far from each other, because if your fingers are, like, just going by the angle of where the knuckles are going, really? This finger really should be closer and more upwards. But at the same time, I guess it doesn't really, you know, like, it can look like less appealing by moving it up that way, but you know, again, a lot of artists struggle with maintaining absolute realism versus like, hey, just doing things because they look aesthetically pleasing, right? So you kind of have to make a decision a lot of times on what you think is okay to exaggerate and what you think is okay to just, like, you know, go with. I decided there that it needed to move. It just needed to move a little, just a little bit. Okay, what else? What else is missing here? So... Ah, okay. Let's do this. Let's do this part. Just trying to add little parts of the detailing that go into this. And then, I don't know what it actually says inside of the banner there. And then there's, like, something underneath all of that. Right? Oh, no, it's not that it's underneath it. It's that it's over here, like this. I guess those are wings next to it too. Again, I gotta make a lot of guesses when it comes to this sort of thing. And I don't know what it actually says in here. There's text in there, but it's so blurry. Like I can't really even see it on the character. So I'm just gonna assume it says something like Missilus or LCM or like. Is that how you spell Missilus? I don't know. I don't actually know how you spell it. And then on the side over here, just add a little bit more of the jacket. And I think, surprisingly enough, I think we can pretty much call this one. We can call this one done, I think. Just about. Well, at least in terms of the line art. I won't say that the coloring and stuff like that is anywhere near complete, but oh, there's also some small stuff. Oh man, I can't really see what this is. I'm just trying to figure out what this actually looks like, and I can't, so I'm just drawing. I'm just like drawing shit that on it that I think might like make sense for it, but I can't be entirely sure. It's like it's so hard to see. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff that's on here, but again, it's so blurry. It's pixelated as all hell. I can't actually make heads or tails of any of it, so I'm just filling it in with a little bit of artistic license here. I'm not actually certain that any of this looks the way it's supposed to. Let's see what happens when we... Oh, there we go. Okay. And again, some of the line art is a little bit like, you know, I went ultra thin with the face, so it's like the line art on this one is pretty inconsistent in the way that I decided to do it, but because I feel like there's a large part of this image that's like a little bit more action focused. So I wanted her body to have more expressive line art and stuff like that. And then like the area around her face is like thinner, a little bit more like softer and stuff like that, right? Like your focus is over here and then everything else is a little bit more or less out of focus or having things like debris and stuff like that covering it and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that the contrast works when the color is added to it. I'm a little bit worried that it's not going to be, but you know, We shall see. Oh, it's her hat. That's one last bit of stuff that I have to add to this is her hat. Yeah, she's got the M Bison going with her hat. It's like it's kind of funny to me. Okay, and then there's like a triangular object there, and you don't see everything that I just drew, which is like, okay, the struggle of drawing all this, and then the realization of I didn't need to do all that. But in order to get it right, you kind of do. Whoops. And then, well, it's got a lot of stuff on it. So we can at least add this much to it. I think the rest of the detail for it is going to be added when I go to color it, which is kind of the norm for stuff like this. At least for me. I don't normally do line art for every little thing, but with Nikkei characters, it's so hard to understand what was drawn if you don't have it there, right? And then there's this, whatever this thing is. that's up here. It's like a basketball court, or maybe I just have basketball court on my brain right now. Who knows? Oh shoot! You know what I just realized? I drew it on the wrong layer. Yeah, I did. I drew it on the wrong layer. Okay, okay. I just easy fix, easy fix. It's okay. And then there we go. Easy fix. And then we gotta move this into position a little bit better than what it is right now. And then that screws up some of my line art, of course. No. Okay. Okay, there's that part. And then there's like a part that starts over here somewhere. And then it goes across and it becomes like a braided type of thing. Okay, and then this is the part that's gonna annoy the heck out of me, but... And then that just kind of goes all the way around. Yeah, yeah, okay. 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 Here we go. And yeah, again, sorry that I'm being rather quiet, but I feel like I'm so close to done with this that it's like, okay, if I just kind of focus on this and get it done, then we get the line art for this. So we now have like two whole line art things done. Oh, and then there's like, and then there's like these two parts that are like, they look like these stars. Like well, they're not really stars, but they're more like X shapes, but they're like glowy and stuff like that. I can add those as an effect because again, they're like glowy things and stuff like that. So I can add that as part of the color. I don't necessarily need to add that as part of the line art. But yeah, like I think I can go over this a little bit and just kind of see what else I might need. Right, there's a lot of glowing yellow parts actually that is a part of the jacket and stuff like that, right? But like somehow I drew where the arm is and stuff like that, and the fact that the jacket is kind of like off screen, like I somehow drew it so that I don't need to actually have that stuff. But there is one part that I might have to have, which is the armband part, but even that is kind of covered by the hand right now, so I'm just kind of like, what do I do with that? I'll think about it. But yeah, I think this is it. I think this is it for the line art on Neon. Again, there are certain parts that I'm like kind of iffy about with the line art because, like, again, the body, like the line art on the body, I did like very different than the line art on her face and her head and stuff like that, right? Which is a lot more thinner, as her clothes have like these more thicker more like um emotive lines, as it were. And I don't know if 100% like that's really what I should have been doing, but I you know, whatever works, I think, like in a situation where, you know, like the character has a lot of uh what is it called, like there's a lot of actions action that's happening in the background, as at least in the way that I'm kind of imagining this. So, you know, I think it's okay to have that. Now what I'm gonna do for a little bit is something like this, where I will fill in some gray colors into a large part of this, so that I can kind of see, like, and, you know, like help out a little bit for Mooney, because you know, filling in the gaps is gonna be like a huge thing. So if you can kind of see where all the gaps are from behind this, it does help out a lot. So okay, trying to get as much of this as I can. Because what you could do also when you fill in a layer with color like this, that's only, you know, like it's only inside of the line art that you did, right? Is that you can actually use that layer to make a selection. So you can instantly select your entire character image pretty easily. So, you know, like there's some benefits for doing this other than seeing like where the colors are gonna go on your character and where the gaps are, you know, potentially for when you fill in stuff. Saya, what's up? He's my doctor. Oh no, where did everybody get that song from, Saya? I can't find the original. He's my engineer. Because no, it didn't start as a song, but it kind of became one. I saw like a version of it that became a song. But yeah, how's everything, Saya? Sorry, I was like really focused like for a little bit there, so I did. I was just super focused on trying to get this done. I'm so excited right now. Like I was telling Chat earlier that like I didn't get much sleep last night, and it is as you suspect, Saya. It was because of Jalen Brunson. in all seriousness though, Jalen Brunson did not have a very good game last night. I don't want to turn this into Sports Center right now, but geez, like he actually had a pretty horrible game overall, but you know, he's clutch as all hell. Like he came through at the end, which is all that matters. I think that that it doesn't matter how good, you know, of a game that he had. He came through when it mattered the most. Um and yeah. Yeah, that's all we need. That's all we needed. I found the video, but it got washed right away when the song got. Oh no, no! That song is hilarious. I saw it like in a couple of people's compilation videos of Nick stuff, um, like that came out and stuff like that, or like right after the game and stuff like that. And I was like, where is this? Where was this interview and where is this song? Like, I need to know. Bad shooting night for both teams, but we got Jalen Brunson. It was a horrific shooting night for both teams. Holy crap! Like, I don't know if that's a function of the fact that one team was like you know, the Spurs must have been really tired, or the Knicks were very what was it, or maybe they had a lot of rust and stuff like that. I don't know what it is, or maybe they were just playing godlike defense on both for both teams. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to figure that out, like which one it is. But damn, man. Some of my friends that were watching, they're a little bit more casual, and when they went down by like 14 points, going and in the third, a lot of them were ready to call it quits. They were like, "Oh, this is it." I didn't say a single thing because I kind of had a feeling. I was like, it's happened before. It can happen again. It can happen again. We defense is really good on both teams. I think we also got fucking Josh Hart ripping those rebounds down like he's freaking Han. Like seriously, everybody looks at the fact that he scored like so little, but they don't see the defense that he was playing, the steals that he got on a couple of those plays, like that were really crucial. It's like these things are the things that don't show up on the stat sheet. So you know, I still have hope. I still have hope. We'll see what happens. There's 3 more games there's 3 more games before we can celebrate. I don't wanna be premature. I'm a very cautious Cappy. I've gone through too many heartbreaking moments. They don't know about Jalen Brunson in the fourth. Yeah, they really didn't. It's because they hadn't been watching for a very long time. You know, there was like there was not much to celebrate about when it comes to the basketball, the ball of the basket in Cappy Town and stuff like that, right? So it's very hard for people to get super invested in a team that's just like perpetually horrifyingly bad, right? So it's like, you know, like they just have not witnessed the fourth quarter Jalen Brunson, or the fact that like this is not even the first, the second, or even the third time that the Knicks have been down for, like, by double digits, coming to the end of a game, and then the other team thinks, oh, this game is over, we could pack it in, and oh shit, they caught up. Like, this is not even like the third or fourth, like, this is like the fourth or fifth time that this has happened, in the playoffs for them. So it's like, when you're just not used to it, because, you haven't really stuck around for it, that it really catches people off guard, and it's like, holy shit, did that really just happen? Wemby keep thinking cat is Shed, please. Father of Shed. his nickname in China, Father of Chet Holmgren. But yeah, there's still quite a bit to go in this series. I mean, it's one game, so one game at a time. I think that tomorrow night, game 2, even though it's like everybody's like, they did what they needed to do, they stole one already, right? Like, that's exactly what they needed to do. I'm of the opinion that they need to play like game 2 is like the last game that they're gonna play, because they need to win game 2. Like, they need to continue to play with their foot on the pedal and not give them hope and stuff like that. So they need to play game 2 as if it was game 7 and they were gonna go home if they don't win. And like, that's me being greedy. That's me being very greedy. But we really need to do this. Like, we can't give any, because I think the bad part about the Knicks is that they give the other team hope sometimes, and then that bites them in the ass, as it did in the last 2 playoffs runs, especially with the Pacers, right? So it's like, you wanna make sure that you put them away, and they cannot come back from that. Like the fact that they did what they did to the Cavaliers and the 76ers, and then like even before that, like after game 3 with the Hawks, they need to do the same thing to the Spurs. Otherwise, this is going to be a long series, and I worry if it gets longer than 6 games, right? Like, if it goes the full 7, it can go either way, and I don't want that to happen. We've been waiting way too long for this. We've been waiting way too long for this, so I'm very hopeful right now. But it's okay. Father of Chet is he's going to be amazing. I think like when he finally reaches his prime, because it's a lot of people are still talking about the fact that this guy is like 22 years old. They made him in a factory on the planet France. Like, they beamed him down, and they registered him for the NBA draft like 3 years ago or something like that. And then Adam Silver was like, "Hey, are you even human?" And then he's like, "No, I am not." And he's like, "You know what? Go. You can be in the draft." That's my headcanon. That's my headcanon for Wembanyama. Like, they just created him in a factory. He's part cyborg and part biological anomaly. They took a look at all the greatest players in the past history, and they were like, these are the components that will make you a champion. And they tried to put it all in. They grew his arms and stuff like that. He's like, Wemby is a word of light, like Wembanyama is like actual NBA. No, but in all seriousness, like, anytime I watch Wembanyama play, right, I think of like, like the first Space Jam when Michael Jordan like stretches his arm at the end out, because he's got to learn to play like the tunes, right, to win. That's what I think. That's what I think anytime I watch that kid play. That's exactly what I see whenever I see this like when they say alien, what they really mean is a monster. Before he entered the NBA draft, he must have went around to the like 75 greatest players of the NBA, like that list, and he was just sucking everybody's soul out of their body to try to create this ubermensch of a player. No, and all jokes aside though, that in the beginning of the game when they started playing the Looney Tunes music, speaking of Looney Tunes, when they played the Looney Tunes music for the introduction to the Knicks, that was mad disrespectful, but I couldn't help laughing. That shit was so funny to me. Like the stuff that was happening last night during that game was so like what the hell. And then the dude that ran onto the court to try to get the selfie too. I was like, oh my god, what the hell? And he didn't even get the selfie. He got like Wemby's chest. That's just how tall that dude is, man. Like this dude like ran onto the court to try to get that selfie and it didn't work. He just got the man's chest and that was it. And then he got steamrolled by the security guards. Man, like no joke, no matter what happens in this NBA Finals, I hope they replay some of the crazy shit that was going on in Game 1. Some of that crazy stuff, except for the ending when I guess Jalen Brunson got really upset at Scott Foster, the referee, or whatever that was. Like that was, I think it was a fan. I heard it was actually, he wasn't upset at the ref, he was upset at the fan. They said something really like bad to him, let's just say. And yeah, I think the, you know, I think there's a certain level of heckling that that fans should do if they're courtside, but not like when you cross the line, like to a certain point, right? Like, you know, you shouldn't you shouldn't get like personally insulting. I would say, you know, like, you know, there's sports. It's all fun and games until you start getting you know, like, you start saying things that are like, oh, okay, yo, that's not cool anymore, right? Should have gave that dude CTE. I know, right? And he cost us a possession. I swear, Mikhail got like the like was playing defense on the dude, and I guess either there was like a kickball or something that happened there, so it should have been their ball, and then it was called a jump ball because of that. And it's like, damn it. And that free throw disparity, holy crap, man! They really tried. The officiating really tried that night. They tried to make that game pretty even. Then they like let's just quote air quotes. They tried to make that game pretty even. No, it's okay. It's like, again, you know, like, I think like, you've seen the worst of both teams at this point, because yeah, maybe the defense was just that good, right? But like, I feel like both teams could play a whole lot better, at least offensively, because there was some stuff that they were like, both teams were missing that was just like, what the hell? What the hell? What is going on there? But yeah, I think this is it, right? Like, this looks like the line artwork we got, you know? I think we're finished with the line work on Neon. This is good. This is good. So I will say that we're gonna put this one on hold, because once I'm done with the line work, I tend to pass this over to Mooney, and then Mooney starts to you know, lay down the base colors and stuff like that, and does a little bit of the shading as well, you know. So, you know, we're gonna pass this over as well. I'm gonna try to make the fixes and changes that she will need also for Titty Star Honest, so that you know, she can continue to do that one. And then what am I gonna work on next? Well, I have something. I have something already prepared. If you guys didn't know, I was already sketching from Street Fighter 6 Ingrid. I'm gonna draw Ingrid from cuz she deserves some fan art. Damn it. It took her this long to get back into the game. Finally everybody knows the glory of Ingrid. Finally. And now I can finally draw. I can finally draw the fan art, and then people will be like, Bart, who the hell is that? Why are you drawing this character nobody knows? I don't know. But yeah. So we're gonna do some fixes on this sketch work and stuff like that. And then in the meantime, actually, I talked it over with Mooney a little bit, and we figured out which version of Rappy Red Hood that I'm gonna be drawing. Because it just so happens that it's already June, which means that we are ready for summer arcs. So theme-wise, I guess we're gonna do Summer Rappy, right? Summer Rappy Red Hood, maybe at a pool or something like that, or maybe at the pool. If you know, you know. That pool, quote unquote. Yeah, like I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna draw Rappy at pool, maybe getting out of the pool or something like that, you know, something that is summer appropriate, we shall say, and stuff. So I think that's the next thing after this sketch of Ingrid is completed and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, like I'm happy with where we're at with in terms of line art and stuff like that, and the fact that, you know, I'm starting to get on a roll with the artworks and stuff like that. I'm hoping that I could keep this up, you know, like if I could keep this level of artwork up, then, you know, like we're gonna get out more things in a more timely manner and stuff like that. And yeah, it just kind of builds up my own portfolio of stuff. So, you know, but anyway, I'm out of time today. I'll be back next Tuesday, because I stream from Tuesday to Thursday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, every single week. At least I try to anyway, when I don't have something that will cause me to miss a stream or two and stuff like that, right? So I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have something ready, hopefully, maybe, possibly, by next stream in terms of sketching, and we are gonna work on Ingrid. Yeah, we're gonna go and draw the we're gonna draw the super gal, and she's going to party like her song says. But yeah, here we go. Let me see in the meantime, let's see what is going on in the meantime. Who goes there? Let's see. I see someone playing some Marvel Rivals. If you guys want to see some Marvel Rivals, I see some arting and stuff like that. Do you guys want to see some gaming, or do you guys want to see some arting? Is the real question here. I mean, it is Thirsty Thursday after all, so maybe y'all do want to see some arting, right? Or maybe you just want to check out and hang out playing some Marvels. You know what? Let's go. Let's just check out some Marvel. I will see you guys next Tuesday, and yeah, you know, like, have a great weekend, and then we will get more arting done hopefully by then. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go pay a visit to another rodent of a extraordinary size, and you guys are gonna be able to see some. Oh, that's a new Jeff costume that I did. I guess that's the dinosaur costume, I guess. Yeah, dinosaur costumes are always wins. All right, here we go. All right, see you guys.